Hey there, Jules here, and welcome to Miracle Lab, your place to align your mind, beauty, and spirit. Now, what I'm doing today is I'm going to be getting ready for a big makeup class tonight. Super excited about this class because I'm going to be teaching natural radiance, how to achieve that glow from within. And you know that's what I'm all about. So now that's going to be all about the face. So what I want to do is give you kind of a backstage pass, if you will. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do my eye makeup. So for the class that's happening tonight, my eye makeup will be already done. And then I'm going to teach you how to do concealer and foundation and really pulling that whole look together. So first things first, I have to make sure that my skincare is on point because let's be honest, I can put all the makeup on that I want, but if I don't have my skincare on lock, my skin looking right, it's not really going to do anything. So let me grab my Duo Lab. Ta-da! So Duo Lab is an amazing system. I'm going to be loading. This is what I'm working with. So we got some pods here. And what's so cool about the Duo Lab system is I'm going to custom blend my skincare right now. So this is a pure formula because I'm making it right now. It's custom, on demand. It's like the Keurig for your face. All right, so I put that together and then I just put that in the machine. Now these, right now, depending on when you're watching this video, the Duo Lab is out of stock because popular demand was off the chain and we weren't expecting that. So I'm gonna get the button going. And so if you're watching this after October 2023, we should have this available for you and you can do your amazing skincare at home. Here we go, it's going. So let's talk a little bit about the look that I'm gonna be doing. So I thought it'd be really great to show you how to do more with less. Now, the idea of doing more with less has been just a principle that I've not only taught, but have lived by as long as I can remember. So what I'm going to do is show you how to maximize the makeup that you may already have at home and also how to maximize a sale that's going on. You hear that? It's mixing. So there's a palette, right? It's called Get the Look. It's a fall collection, so I'm not sure how long it'll be around. But what I do know is blush, bronzer, translucent powder, which is white, but it goes on clear, and a highlight, maybe things that you have at home already. So that's what we're gonna work with. So I'm gonna show you how to create an eye makeup look using bronzer, blush, and highlight. So ta-da! I'm gonna show you how to do some cool things. Once this is done mixing, I'm gonna put it on. And while that skincare is going into my skin, I'm gonna be working on my eyes. And now this isn't a backwards way for me to do this. It's not like I normally put my foundation on and then I do my eye makeup. I actually do it this way, where I do my eye makeup while my skincare is working, and then I do the foundation after. So I know you may be thinking, what in the world? Really? That's just my way, because that way if anything falls out, like any bit of eyeshadow or I get a mascara smudge under my eye, I'm not taking off all of the makeup. I'm just cleaning that up, okay? All right, so my Duo Lab is ready. Now, first up, I wanna make sure I wet my skin. That is just pure water that I have blessed. Come on now. All right. What gave me the idea to do this class before the class, if you will, is there's a review on my website, and It's so sweet because she says that being included in my knowledge and positivity is like having access to a VIP event, like backstage access to a VIP event. And that made me think about, well, I'm doing this big VIP beauty event tonight. I should give my people some backstage access. So here you go. Thank you, Megan, for the idea. She didn't even know she was inspiring me. All right, here I go. Putting it on. Now I wanted to show you skincare because I also want to walk through not only putting it on, so you know what I'm using, but also I'm going to walk through some face massage. So I'm getting that everywhere. Now the reason I wet my face first is because that helps to activate the products, and I'm going to wet my face some more. I mean, this Duo Lab is still giving, just so you know. It's still going. Putting it on. And get some water. All right, so those water molecules are going to go in to my skin along with this pure skincare. It's gonna add extra hydration. All right, so you see I'm just starting gently getting my massage started. So one of my favorite things to do is to just kind of push, and you can even kind of use your index fingers like this and just move back. Just go back. So what that's doing, it's helping to promote drainage in our lymph nodes, and I'm just moving that up. So what this does is you'll start to see my face get kind of pink and maybe a little red. I'm not pushing really hard, but I'm massaging it in. And what this is doing is promoting circulation and blood flow, and also production of collagen. So see how I'm doing that? I'm just kind of working my chin. And I'm going to go up to my forehead. All right. I could really do a whole video on face massage, so it's a little taste for now, okay? All right. So the other thing I like to do is just kind of tap. This not only feels good, but it's also EFT, which is a technique for emotional regulation, which is always good when you're doing your makeup. Can I get an amen? Regulate yourself. All right. Oh, my skin's feeling good. Pretty cool that I just did that, because I wonder on your end, as I continue doing my makeup, if my skin will start to look more plump. So take notice, friends, take notice. All right, a little more water. My hands are getting slippery. All right, let me put that down. Let me set my Duo Lab down. All right. All right, my eyes. Here we go. All that extra, I'm just putting it on the back of my hands. All right, so the first thing I like to do when I do eye makeup is I like to get my brows done. I like to frame those windows to my soul. So let's get that hair. Now you see, I'm just combing upward. Now today I'm gonna be using primarily for this video my Omnia brush set. So this is a spoolie, but LimeLife has the same brush. It's fantastic. You may have a spoolie at home, and that's what this is called, just in case you didn't know. All right, so you see I'm going up and then just over, up and over. Okay, now I've got them brushed. I'm gonna use clear brow gel. I like clear just because I want to pick where I'm gonna do the makeup, where I'm gonna add. I don't want makeup everywhere. And if this was a tinted gel, then it may add too much. Now, if my brows were really light, I might need the color, right? So tint might do me really well in that moment, but that's not what I'm working with. And I've got a good shape to my brows. So you'll see the way that I'm going to do this is I'm just going to add where I need it. And that's going to be a theme for my classes because it's all about just adding where you need it instead of just adding it all over. All right, so I'm going to take some, let's see, I think I'm going to do eyebrow pencil. So I'm going to go with the eyebrow pencil, and this is the Claim to Fame brow pencil, and I think it's 2. Yeah, 2. So there's 3 colors, light, medium, and dark. So this is the brown, and ta-da, there's a spoolie on that end too. So if you don't have one, you could also get one with this pencil. So see, I'm just adding just where I need it. Little spots here, fill those in. Another thing I'm going to be teaching is to layer. So I'm going to do what I think that needs to be done now. And then you may see me adding more as I go. That way I don't add too much to begin with. It is so much easier to add versus take away. Okay. So once the brow gel dries, another thing, and I'll add a little extra just to show you this other trick. So I'm going to use, this is Taupe for the Best, which is this one right here. And one of my favorite colors from LimeLife. Let's see over here. I'm just gonna add a little bit of powder. Now this color is not the same as my pencil. And that's okay because our brows usually are not one color. So it's just going to add more dimension, make it look more natural. So the brush I'm using, so it's the spoolie, but on the other end, there is an angled brush. All right. Next step is I am going to add all right, so I'm using the First Base primer. Now, typically you would spray this all over your face, but I don't want to do that yet because I'm going to teach that in my main class, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to teach you a little trick. So you can grab just a small kind of brush. I'll just use this little small concealer brush, and I'm going to spray it right on there. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of use that as a little bit of a base. Okay. So I got that. I can feel it. I'll use my palette here as a fan. That works. I usually have a little fan. All right, so now I'm gonna grab a different brush. And now I'm gonna be working with the concealer, and this is my complexion palette. So I've got concealers here. The lighter one is a number 2, and I'm gonna use that one first all over my lid. This is gonna help the powder to kind of grab on a little bit better. It's also gonna highlight my lid. Okay, so I've got that all on there. Now I'm gonna grab a clean brush to just blend it with. You see, I'm just kind of blending that out. And I'm carrying it over to that inner corner just to help with any darkness that we all have. And then I'll go up to the brow. Okay. So I'm using the windshield wiper motion, which is back and forth, back and forth. Make sure I get that inner corner. I love this concealer brush because there's a point and an angle. Just blending it out. Doesn't have to be perfect at all. Just want it on. All right, I'm gonna go back to my same brush that I used to apply the primer. I'm actually gonna use another spray, which is called Time Setter. Now, you can skip all of these steps if you want to, but it's, I've got a few hours till my class, and I wanna make sure that my eyeshadow is done. I don't wanna come back in here and do it before the class. So I'm using all the extra steps to make sure it lasts. So if you were going to an event, or if you had a photo shoot, or you're going to be on camera where there's lights, you may need to do the extra steps. Now you're just hanging out and going out with your girlfriends or something like that, and you don't necessarily want to do the extra steps. Do you? All right, so I got the Time Setter on there, letting that sit. Now, what I'm gonna do is start to build my crease. So the crease, I'm gonna take okay, so I've got the bronzer here. Now, the palette that I was telling you about is so nice. I wish I had it. It's got 4 in there, right? So it's a nice big palette for these size. Again, bronzer, blush, highlight, translucent powder. So I've got these 2, right? So just imagine 2 more. 2 more with the highlighter and the blush, right? And then they've actually, depending on when you watch this, they've got a deal running where you get a free brush. Not only with that quad that I just talked about, but also on the complexion palette. But let's get back to the contour. All right, so I've got a little bit right here, and then I always knock off the extra. I'm gonna go right into this crease. Now, how do you know where your crease is? You can just feel. There's a bone right here. You wanna tuck right in there. See? Now, I'm not really trying to blend this right now. I'm just trying to get it on. You cannot blend with a dirty brush. And yes, it's just a little bit of bronzer, but it's not clean because there's product on it. So it's not going to give me the desired result of blending. I'm just going to be adding makeup, okay? All right. Now, if you're like, well, I don't have any clean brushes, or I don't have many brushes, I have to use all that I have. Well, a Q-tip. You can use a Q-tip to blend. And if this is on your face, you can also use your fingers like that. If you're a professional, don't do that. Use your brushes. All right, so you see how I'm using that bronzer as an eyeshadow right now. Okay. All right, I'm also gonna add a little bit of translucent setting powder. Just as like extra backup. Making sure everything is set the way I want it. All right. Now I'm gonna get my blending brush and I'm just gonna go ahead and start blending. So I'm just going right to where the color is and I'm just going back and forth, back and forth. Okay. All right. So I've got like kind of the first layer, if you will, of the eyeshadow, aka bronzer. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna leave eyeshadow alone and I'm gonna go to eyeliner. So what I'm gonna do is I just sharpened my gel pencil. This is the AM/PM pencil, so it's nude and black, so it's just a matte black. And this is completely waterproof, so once I put it on, it's gonna glide. I mean, watch this. Look at that, so fast. Now, if at home you're using an eyeliner and you're having to pull your eye and really tug and it's not working, it's not you, it's most likely the product, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my waterline, which is the wet part that touches my eyeball and which is in between my eyeball and the lashes, okay? So I'm gonna go right under there. I'm just gonna kind of wiggle that. I'm just doing little by little. Now, I have built a lot of trust with myself. So if your eyes are very reactive and they're like, no, what are you trying to do? That's okay. Just back up and build trust. Build trust little by little, okay? So I'm just going to keep going. So this is a great step that you don't want to miss because it makes your lashes look longer. I often will do this and not wear mascara just because it makes my lashes look better. I mean, you can see the difference already, I'm sure. I see it in my mirror. Okay, now I'm gonna go over here. Now I'm not touching my eyeball. I'm just kind of right on that water line. Just real easy. And again, if you're at home and you're like, I can't, oh my gosh, don't do this step. That's okay. That's okay. Or if you feel like you need to kind of hold your lid a little bit, very gently, you can do that too. I don't like to touch my eyes more than I need to because that eye area is so delicate. Okay. All right. One thing I love to do is I love to add purple. I sneak in purple everywhere I can. Now, the way I'm going to sneak in purple is using a pencil. So this one is called Powerful and Pure Gold. So it's a duo. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right above that lash, right? So like right there. I'm just going to start kind of wiggling that in. So I'm kind of in my lashes too, which is okay. Purple is such a great complementary color for all eye colors. Okay, just go into the inner corner. Again, if you're not an eyeliner girl, that's fine, no problem. I'm showing you the steps so you can make the decision to do what you want to do. So one thing I do want to point out that I did is I started on this side and I went about halfway, and then I went to the inner corner and then I met it in the middle. So instead of trying to do whoosh, one fell swoop, one line that's hopefully going to be straight, is I did half and then met it on the other half. Okay. And then I can even go back under that water line. Yeah, you see, I don't have to pull. I don't have to tug. I don't have to fight myself to get the makeup on. Okay. All right, let's get back to adding some more bronzer. Eyeshadow. All right, I'm gonna add some more. I'm just building that crease up. You think you need more? Add more. You think you did enough? Stop. It's that easy. Okay. Do some blending. I like to blend as I go too, so that way there's not a whole lot to blend after. All right, how am I doing? Okay. I'm gonna start going on the lid just a little bit, just bringing that down. All right, let's see. What am I gonna do next? I think I can go ahead and add my highlighter. All right, so the highlighter that I'm gonna use, I wish I had that powder bronzer, but I'm gonna use Glow Drops, which are so beautiful. So I'm gonna add just a little bit. I'm gonna show you how to really work the Glow Drops later in the class. So I won't get ahead of myself. All right, get my foundation or my concealer brush, so I've got a little bit on my hand. I'm just gonna put on the brush. I'm just gonna tap it. Now, you can use whatever highlight you have. And if you're like, Jules, I usually only do a matte, I never add shimmer, that's okay. Skip the step. Or give it a try. It's only makeup. My whole goal is to inspire you and encourage you to play. See how I'm just tapping that? Just really just patting that on. Start bringing it over. It's looking pretty on my end. All right. Let's see. I still have some on my hand. I'm going to leave it there in case I decide I want to do a little bit more. But since that is kind of a creamier product, I'm going to put a little bit of translucent powder on top just to kind of help set it. And if you're going to try to use shimmer on your lids for the first time, go you. And my tip is to keep it just on your lid. Okay, that way it just looks really pretty when you're blinking. And also, you don't have to worry about going up too far. All right, because up here may not look the way that you want it to look. It also may be too shimmery. So just a little bit, just a little bit. Try that, see how that goes. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna go back to the bronzer and I'm going to add a little bit under my eyes. I typically don't add eyeliner under, but I want to add just a little bit and also kind of show you. So what I'm doing is I'm starting at that outer corner, going in, I flip my brush around, and then I go the other side. So I'm just using an angled, long bristles outer corner, and then flip it, and then long bristles are going towards that inner corner and meeting it in the middle, okay? So see how it's like hugging the line versus if I were going this way, it'd be backwards. You see, the shape matters. Angle brushes. Okay, so that just adds like a little bit. All right. Now I love to wear a cat eye. So what I'm gonna do is I'm add a little bit of black in with the purple. Okay. Just kind of going over where I went. Now remember, I'm essentially going out tonight. Like I'm teaching this really big class, so I'm doing the extra steps. And it's also giving me an opportunity to teach you more. Okay, so see, I'm just kind of getting that ready. This is the Perfect Eyeliner Pen in black. Now, if you want to hold, kind of tighten, you can. I try not to. Again, I try not to touch my eyes. The more patient I am, the more I can do. See, so I'm just kind of pulling it out. I'm kind of following just the natural line of my eye. And I'm also kind of ending this where my eyebrow is ending. So I'm just going little by little. Little by little. And then I can also kind of press. Okay, we've got the lines going. Let's see, this one looks a little bit higher. I'm just gonna take it right off. I don't care, it's only makeup. Put that little dot and I'm just kind of traveling out to it. Okay. Okay, so one thing I really like to do is I like to then go back over with concealer and then you just kind of can clean that up so it's not a big deal. The other thing is when you add mascara, you're gonna see like, right, your eye makeup really comes together and then you can add more. So again, that's part of layering. Before I put mascara on though, I always wanna make sure that I curl my lashes first. So this curvy part goes against your lid, right? So I'm not gonna press too hard. I really should have done this before I put my eye makeup on, my eyeshadow on, but here we are. So when you do it at home, you're gonna do it before, right? Okay, so I'm gonna squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going up. And then as I let it go, just kind of pumping it a little bit. So I start with 5 seconds. If I need more than that, I do more. 1, 2, 4, 5. Hold it. I like to count because that way it's even. Let's see, let's do a little bit more on this one. Now I only did 3, so I'm going to match it. I'm going to do 3 on this side. 1, 2, 3. All right. I hope you can see that. I hope you can see the difference curling your eyelashes make. Now, why do I do that before and not after mascara? If I did it after mascara, I would have a crimp. I wouldn't have a curl. And what we're trying to get is a nice natural curl, not a crimp. Okay. I'm going to use 2 mascaras. So I'm going to use the Fiber Lash first. So I'm going to layer them. So never pump your mascara, always wiggle. And when you pull it out, make sure you get the little extra off. And I go right into my lashes and just wiggle up. Right in that root, just wiggle up. The reason why I am using 2 is because the waterproof that I'm going to use next is no joke. It's serious. And I don't really want, my lashes are long, so when I put mascara on, it's already, like you can see the difference. It's already enough. So when I add that waterproof, it's like, wow, I feel like Beyonce, like I'm ready for the stage. So for me, this is a way that I feel more natural. I feel more authentic. Sometimes when I wear 2 coats of the other mascara, it starts to hit my eyelid. So, okay. So I'm just kind of like using the brush now. I'm moving from sideways to using that tip, kind of painting it on. You see, since I curled, it's really helping the shape. So now I'm just kind of doing the tips of those lashes. Look at me, y'all. So when you see me for the class, I will have my eye makeup and still no foundation because that's what I'm going to be teaching you. All right, how we doing? Good. So you see how that eyeliner, the cat eye, doesn't have to be perfect. Perfect is no fun, by the way. And it's not real. It doesn't exist. All right. I feel like I want a little more bronzer, so I'm going to add some more. Sometimes it's not until you add mascara that you start seeing, oh, I want a little more. Maybe you want a little more eyebrow action. Maybe you want a little more highlight. Just kind of add it as you feel led. Let your spirit guide you. I think I'm ready to do my next coat of mascara. This is the Making Waves, and it makes no jokes about how amazing it is. I'm not even kidding. You'll see. So here I go. Go down. To me, it's like the best of both worlds. When I use both. Ooh, okay, yes. Oh my gosh, that's very exciting. Okay, I have like a little piece right there. Oh my goodness. Okay, now y'all see I didn't add a ton of mascara. My stuff is no joke. All right, I'm gonna go to this side and then I'm gonna come back over here and see if I need any touch-ups on that side. So you may notice I'm also leaning my head back, and that's because I can really see what I'm doing. I don't open my mouth when I do my mascara. I've trained myself not to, but I've trained myself to lean my head back. See, and when I pull, look, you can see all that makeup, all the eyeliner I put under on that waterline. That's also helping my lashes to look really long. Now again, friends, I know I'm doing a lot of steps, but that's because I'm giving you options. You can take what you want, leave the rest behind, okay? You can also try some of these things on different days, you know? Maybe you are going to the Beyonce concert, you know? Maybe you want to look all glammed up. You're going to need some extra steps. It's just up to you. You want 5-minute makeup? Well, you can't have all the steps. You just got to pick the steps that are going to give you your desired result. All right. Okay. I'm going to go back with my eyeliner pen just because I want that cat eye a little bit stronger. But see now, it's just a little tweak. There we go. All right. So I do want to add a little bit more makeup. Now I'm going to use the brown eyeliner pen. And I love this because it looks like hair. So since I have more of a kind of a soft glam going on, I want my eyebrows to be a little fuller, a little more precise. And just that concealer that we started with being up there, see how it's highlighted my brow? All right, friends, there's my look. The only thing I could do is add, again, a little bit of concealer, that lighter one, just a little bit. I mean, just like whatever's on the brush. I'm just gonna go right under the brow and just bring that definition, you know, have that contrast from my brow to my skin, dark to light. It looks nice and clean. There we go. Can't wait to see you later for the rest of my Get the Look class. This was your backstage access pass, and the big show is coming up next. Stay tuned. All right, I think we're still waiting for a few to enter. Hi, everybody. All right, so just so you know, we've got 20 minutes in this room together. So I have 20 minutes to like rock your world and then stabilize you so you can go back to your world, okay? So what we're gonna do is I want you to grab something to write with, to keep some notes, and also write down your questions. I'm not gonna be able to keep up with the chat and answer your questions, but your questions are important. So if you email me, jules@themiraclelab.org, I will answer your questions, okay? Okay, deal. All right, so the first thing I wanna do is make sure that everybody's in here. I'm checking my other screen, so when you see me looking, all of you are on one screen, and I have my camera and my mirror set up here. So if you wanna like give me some jazz hands, I'll know that you're happy to be here. Give me some jazz. I want to feel your love. I'm feeling it. I'm getting goosebumps, y'all. Ooh. Let's get into it. All right. So what I'm going to do is, I was trying to think about how to give you the most value, right? Let me get my little timer going here because I'm not kidding. 20 minutes, the breakout room will shut down. So I'm going to do half of my face like a more natural, no makeup. I know that's an oxymoron, but it's just makeup artist lingo. And then the other side, I'm going to do more of a natural soft glam. Sounds good? Jazz hands, we like that? All right, cool, cool. So now with the makeup, the no makeup look, this is for my girls that like the letters, like BB and CC creams. You know that? All right. So that kind of sheerness, tinted moisturizer kind of vibe, right? That's going to be over here. And then my more like, I actually do want to wear concealer. I really want to wear foundation. I'm going to do that over here. All right. So this is that beautiful brush, number 4, that Kat was telling us about. And this is the complexion palette. So you can see mine is already loaded with my colors. So I'm a 27 and that's a 2 and a 3. Why 2 concealers? Well, because one is going to be more for highlighting and the other is going to be more for like general concealing. All right. So the first thing I want to bring your attention to is I already have my eye makeup done. I'm not cheating. They asked us to go ahead and do that. So the reason I want to bring your attention to that is because I filmed a video before this class. So it's the class before the class on how I did this look. I also did this look using bronzer and highlighter, right? Look, I have bronzer on my eyes as eyeshadow. So I want to teach you how to do more with less. Okay. So when we're doing more with less, we can like have more fun and play. That's the main thing I want you to think about whenever you're doing your makeup is to have fun, play. It's only makeup. You can take it right off if you don't like it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start with a prep. My prep is going to be, now since I want more of a natural finish, I'm going to use the Midnight Oil first, right? Now, as far as using an oil for a prep, you may be thinking like, what are you doing, girl? But I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I like this because this is going to help my skin to really feel and look its best. All right. This cream foundation is fantastic because it's designed to actually look and feel like skin. All right. So this is going to help my skin have a lot of moisture, just kind of rubbing that in. And then the other thing too is if you add some of an oil, so like Due Date, for example, is an excellent oil to add to your foundation to make it a tinted moisturizer. I know, right? It's a full coverage foundation, but we're going to thin it out. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of go under my eyes. Now I'm going to use that lighter one for this, right? I'm just going to use like the tip. And I'm going to go right here. Now everybody wants to do a half moon. Don't do that. That's too much. Now everybody's got this little bit of a dark circle right here because we all have foreheads. There's a shadow that's created here. It's casting down. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and do that on this side too, because this is something that's going to be for both. And you see how I'm just kind of patting it? Now the thing I want you to think about when you're doing your makeup is I want you to think about what do you want your makeup to look like at the end? Like what's your end result? Where are you going? How do you want to feel in your makeup, right? You may have days where you want to have a no makeup look. That's great. You may have days where you're like, I feel a little bit like Beyonce and I want to wear it all. Go on with your good self. You want to think about what your end result is going to be. So here I am just blending it little by little. See that? Just lightening. Now I'm going to take a little bit of the darker, just patting it on. I'm going to bring that in. Now, when I think about concealing, let me put this down. When I think about concealing, I think about my face to be a heart shape, all right? So the inside of the heart is where this is all going to be lighter. The outer edges is going to be darker. So what I want is I want it to be illuminated here. So I'm bringing that concealer just kind of down to cover under the nose. We all have broken capillaries, a little bit of redness under the nose. So go ahead, don't miss that. I'm going to go over to this side, make sure I match it up. Now, how am I going to do 2 looks at one time? Well, I'm just going to layer this one more. That's another major trick. That's a makeup artist secret. We layer, we keep going, we keep adding. Okay? So you see how I'm building that? Now I'm going to take that same bit of makeup that's on there. I'm just going to bring it out. Because I like that this area right over here is going to be a little highlighted. Up here, I want it to be a little highlighted. So I'm going to bring a little concealer over here. Now here's the thing. I have freckles. I worked hard for those freckles. I wanted them because as a makeup artist, I didn't have them. And my clients would have them and I'm like, do you want me to cover your freckles? And I loved every time they say, no, I love them. And I'm like, good, me too. So I, kind of found myself wishing I had freckles. And it wasn't until I was pregnant with twins that I developed freckles. Look at that. Your words have power, people. Your words have power. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of going around, but I'm not covering up those little freckles. Those little details I love about my face. So I encourage you, when you're thinking about how you're doing your makeup, what do you love about your face? Like, what are the features that you want to highlight? You don't have to cover everything up. And remember how I said I did my eye makeup first? I always do my eye makeup first before I do my foundation. That way, if anything falls out, I can easily clean it up. If I get mascara on my eye right here or underneath my eye, how many of us have done that, right? You can clean it up really, really easily without having to start your foundation all over again. All right, how we doing, everybody? Give me some jazz hands. I'm looking over. We good? We good? All right. Oh, I love seeing y'all. I wish I had that screen right here. All right, so you can also use a smaller brush. So like, let's say, let's find a spot. All right, this is a little bit darker. So I'm gonna use a smaller brush. And I'm just going to think about what I'm covering. I'm not just gonna go after it. I'm just gonna think about it. Very intentional. Very intentional. Because again, I don't wanna wear it everywhere. Then I'm gonna use a little poof, a little sponge, and I'm gonna just pounce it a little bit. Now what's cool about this is if it's dry, it's gonna act like a sponge and it's gonna suck everything up. So if you're using this to blend, like I just did, make sure that it's damp, all right? Now if you've got like too much foundation or you've got maybe too much blush, this is gonna be your trick of how you can erase it. So this is like a true magic eraser, all right? So again, I'm just kind of pouncing a little bit. How am I looking so far? All right, I'm gonna start adding some more to the other side. Let's see if I can find some more spots. Oh, yep, got a spot right here. Just in that spot, just in that area that I need it. Gonna pounce it, blend it out. See how that works? Now this freckle, I have a mole here, a beauty mark, if you will. And then I have this freckle here, but it's kind of competing. So now that one I usually will cover. So what's amazing about the concealer, look at that. It completely went away. I only used a little bit, like the tiniest touch, and now that's gone. I also use the concealer as a base for my eyeshadow. I'm gonna pounce that. I'm gonna add some more foundation now. I'm gonna start building up this more glam side. Now see, I got some freckles up here, so it's gonna be a little tricky, but I can do it. And I'm just kind of using a mix of short and long strokes and a little bit of padding. So I'm using the number 4 brush to give you an idea of how to use it. And then I'm just using the sponge to just kind of shear it out a little bit. Now, if you were at home and you wanted to make your own tinted moisturizer, you could add the oil directly to the palette and mix it from there. You could do that. You could also take a little bit off and maybe get a metal spoon and then add a little bit of the oil, mix it up separately, and then add that to your face. So I'm just gonna go, and you see how I'm going right here? I'm going right underneath my jawbone, my chin. My chin. I'm gonna name all the parts of my face. I'm going underneath my, help me, what is this? This is my cheekbone, everybody. Ta-da! Jazz hands, because I got the right word. Right here. Going right under my cheekbone. But you see how that happened? Like, that natural darkness that was there is now looking like a contour. See, the more I add, the more you're starting to see that definition. Now I'm going to mix a little bit of the lighter concealer just to give you more of that idea of how this comes together. So the biggest thing I want you to take away, not only playing and having fun, but also layering. How do you know when you're done? When you look in the mirror and you feel like, damn, I'm looking so good. You might want to stop right there. I'm just saying, your job might be finished. You're blessing the world, okay? All right, let's keep going. You see how I'm doing that? All right, so now this is the main area that I want to, now here I'm going lighter. Just almost like the tips of the brush, the bristles, tip of those bristles are just going right over my face, really light. I'm gonna pounce some more. Because remember, this is my easier look over here. All right, now I'm gonna start going up here. All right. Okay, so you see how I'm in the foundation, and I'm just kind of going on. Now I'm not going all the way to my hairline, but I'm just like kind of blending it up into my hairline. You'll be amazed how much makeup you don't really need. I know, you're in a makeup class, I'm a makeup artist, like what am I saying to you? You'll be amazed how much makeup you don't really need when you allow yourself to slow down and just think about how do I want to look, okay? So now I'm gonna go under, just kind of blend. Another trick I like to do is I'll actually allow the product to just kind of sit on my face and warm naturally and then blend it out, okay? So that's another look. All right. I'm just building. All right. So what I'm going to do now that I've shown you a lot of concealer, a lot of foundation, I'm going to show you how to add some bronzer into this. All right. So I wish I had the 4 quad. It's beautiful with the highlight, the bronzer, the translucent powder, and the blush, but we'll just pretend, okay? So I've got those two, and I've got blush that are in the same colors as the quad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bring this in just a little bit. Here first, I'm starting at the hairline. I'm just kind of going right underneath my what? My cheekbone, I remembered. Cheekbone. And then I'm just kind of doing little soft circles, okay? Now one easy way, I'm gonna add some more, always tap off the excess, is you can start up here in your hairline and start to do a 3 so you can connect it. Bring it down, go back over by your ear, and then along your jawline, okay? See? So I just keep building. So you see the difference of this side having none and this side having some. So depending on how much of a contour I want, how much of a sun-kissed look I want, or a super bronze look I want, I'll just keep doing that over and over again. I'm gonna do a little bit more. Now I am gonna do a little bit on the other side. My trick is just keep your brush moving. Wherever you first touch, after you've gotten that product, the first place you touch on your face, it's gonna deposit the most amount of product. So don't start right here. Start back by your hairline and have your brush moving. See how that is? All right. I'm gonna go back over this side. All right, so we've got our 3. Next thing I'm gonna do is add some blush. Now the blush I'm gonna use is like a coral, which is similar to the color that's in the Get the Look palette. So moving brush, coming in. I'm back here and I'm bringing it in. You never wanna go closer than 2 fingers away from your nose, okay? Don't go closer than that because it's gonna close you up. So make sure you keep that color just back here. And on this side, let's say you don't really wanna wear blush. That's okay, I got something for that too. You can do a perfect lip balm as a cheek color. And I'm just gonna put some of that so you can see the difference. So you see the difference? That has just more of a sheen, a lighter look. And then I'm gonna keep adding some more here. Now I told you I used bronzer and highlight on my eye makeup. So you can use this Get the Look all over and just carry 2 palettes and do your whole face. And you could go glam if you want. All you need is some mascara. By the way, this is all thanks to the Making Waves mascara. It is incredible. It's like false lashes in a tube. I'm not messing around with that. All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit of the Glow Drops. Now with the Glow Drops, I'm gonna be very, very particular about where I place that. So first I want to kind of like, I'm gonna use my ring finger. It's my weakest finger. It's the most gentle finger to use. So anything in your eye area, you always wanna use your ring finger. So I'm just gonna kind of bring that in. And I'm just tapping. Okay, now I'm gonna add a little bit here, right above the blush. And when I layer it like this, it's just kind of bringing it all together. Look at that. Okay, I can go down the bridge of my nose. That's like a reverse contour. Instead of doing dark on the outer sides of my nose, I can just do a little bit down the bridge. Personally and professionally, I never put any on the bulb just because, I don't know, it just kind of makes the nose look a bit longer. But hey, you are the boss, so you do it how you want to do it, okay? All right, so now this one, I'm gonna bring this out a little bit more. Because this product, the Glow Drops, is more of like your CC cream. You could easily mix this with foundation and create something really, really nice. So you see how I'm using, just easy with my fingers. As long as you have clean hands, it's all good. I'm just gonna bring that up here. Make sure I get that inner corner, okay? And you can even bring this down. You can even bring this down on the rest of your face if you'd like. I'm just gonna leave it up in this area, all right? What am I missing? All right, I did not do my first base makeup primer, but I will do the makeup setting spray once I get done. The next step, I'm just gonna add some of the translucent powder. And where I'm gonna add that, so I'm gonna dust that right over my forehead. I'm gonna dust that right on my nose. What that's gonna do is just help to set the makeup and also absorb any oil, any shine that I don't want. So I just try to be really careful with where I put that. That way I'm not totally matte, okay? When you're totally matte, that doesn't look as natural, right? Skin has texture, it moves. So another little trick I'm gonna teach you. Now this is for my less makeup side, my more natural side, is I'm gonna add a couple drops, or 1 drop of One Drop Wonder right here. Make sure I get the whole drop. Now watch this. This is how you can use oil to highlight. I'm gonna show you how pretty that is. So you see how I did that? So not only am I moisturizing my skin, but then you see that? And I can do it over here too, because I'm the boss. Do what I want, right? You're the boss. Whatever makes you feel the prettiest, do that. Isn't that awesome? Just add that extra highlight, extra highlight. So if you're a person who's like, shimmer, not really my thing, not sure about that, use oil, just a little bit. It'll help with fine lines. It'll help to hydrate your skin. And it gives you just that natural, radiant, sheer radiance, luminescence. All right. What am I missing, y'all? I'm looking over. Give me some jazz hands. Tell me you're with me. We're with me? Okay. I'm so happy you're with me. All right. Now, as far as placement goes, I'm going to teach you a trick that's going to work for you and your face, okay? So do a number 3 with me. I'm going to look over, make sure you're doing it. Let me see your number 3. Okay, I see some 3s. I see the 3s. Beautiful. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn those 3s towards your nose, right? Now we're going to drop that ring finger right under your, what is it, y'all? That cheekbone. And we're going to drop that middle finger right on top. And your ring and your pointer finger is going to go right on top of that, all right? Now you know exactly where your bronzer, your contour, your blush, and your highlight goes. Look at that for your face. Boom. Look at that. Now when you're in the mirror and you're like, where does all this go? Boom, boom, boom. Okay? Again, I love the idea of having everything being under the foundation, under the makeup, okay? Because it gives more of that natural look. So my tips are, do your eye makeup first. Well, very, very first thing is, what do you want it to look like? Like, what is your intention, right? Do you want to have a glowy look? Do you want to have a more elevated look? Are you going to an event, right? So like, let's say I'm going to, oh y'all, hang on, I'm at the event because I'm with you right now, okay? So let me get my spray. I'm going to do it in an X pattern. I want you to see this because if you get a spray and you're like, okay, Jules didn't tell me what to do. Here you go. I don't care if this is the primer, the setting, or the makeup remover. You're going to do it like this. Close your eyes. Okay, that's it. You feel like you need more, you feel like you missed a spot, do that pattern again. So I'm going to do it again. That's going to keep your makeup on all day. Now, the other thing that I really, really like to do after I spray is I gotta dry it off, y'all. We got to dry that. So get you a fancy fan and just feel fabulous, fabulous. Yeah, we go. We drying that face. We drying it, okay? Because we busy. We ain't got time to just wait on things to dry. Got it? Okay. All right. So once that setting spray's on, again, like let's say you're going to a wedding, you're going to be photographed. You want to make sure that your makeup's not going to move. That setting spray is going to help. And then if you want, you can go back over it with the translucent powder. See, it's white, not on your face. It's going to be clear. And just dust that wherever you don't want there to be shine. So remember, I added all of this highlight. I don't want to cover that up. But now the center tip of my nose here, before our breakout room ends, I want to say that if you have those questions that are going through your mind, I don't know if I've answered them or if I've left you with more questions, but write them down, send them to me. I would love to connect with you. I built a whole page for you. It's under themiraclelab.org/beauty. I have all kinds of amazing things waiting for you on that page. If you'd like to work with me as your coach, I also do online coaching programs as well as in-person VIP retreats. So if you want to work on your beauty, your spiritual beliefs, I'm with you. We will do that together. So let me think before the room closes down if there's anything that I did not mention. Oh, one important thing that Kat did mention is the opportunity to join LimeLife. So if you're interested in any of the products, let me give you a quick little breakdown. So the complexion palette, it has the 2 concealers that I showed you, totally customizable, including a foundation. Now, if you're not sure like what your color is, no problem, I got you. We can color match via pictures and it's really, really accurate. Now, as far as that deal, it's $80 for the complexion palette and you get the free brush that I was working with, right? So this brush is $40, y'all, $40, but it's yours for free. We also have the Get the Look kit, which is $95, and it comes with a number 18 brush, which is kind of like similar to this one. I don't have it, but it's similar to that one. It's a tapered powder brush, really, really nice to apply all those powder products. And again, you can do your makeup from start to finish, eyes to face, with both of those palettes. The other thing is if you would like to join the team, then you will get 20% off on your purchases on the products for you. And then you can make starting at 20% on any purchases that your friends make. Right now, there's also a deal where you get that complexion palette, which is a 10 shade starter kit, because all your friends are going to be like, oh my gosh, you look so fabulous, I want that too. Then you can hook them up with what you're using. So another main thing that I want to tell you about is why cream. Cream is really great because we can go from sheer all the way to a heavy coverage. So if you're using, I'm going to look over at the screen now. Who uses liquid? Show me some hands if you use liquid. Got some liquids. Okay, so liquid is going to give you about 18 to 23% pigment. That means how much coverage, right? So if you're using professional or theatrical makeup that is cream, that's only going to give you, well, not only, but it's going to give you 30 to 35% pigment. LimeLife's foundation is 50% pigment. That's a lot. That's the most on the market that you can get. So what's so great about that is a little bit goes a long way. It also has great coverage, so you don't have to be applying so much. Now think about it. If you're using your liquid, it's 18 to 23%. Mine's at 50. How much more makeup are you using to get the coverage you want? So just think about it like that. So that way when you're spending your money wisely, and you're making a good investment on what is actually going to work for you. Also check expiration dates. If it's old, if you had that makeup pre-pandemic, toss it out. It's time to get some new. We can also brush up on any of the tips and tricks that you need to move forward post-pandemic as we move into the new world. So if you've got any products that need refreshing, I'd be happy to help you with that. If you have a beauty guide that you're already working with, contact your beauty guide and see about these sales going on. If you don't have one, I can absolutely be your beauty guide, and you can also join my team, and that's all under themiraclelab.org/beauty. So y'all, they gave us extra time. So I think I might have some time for some questions. Anything I didn't cover that you wish I would cover? Tell me now in the comments. I'm looking over here. Lips. Okay. Let's do some lips, shall we? I'm glad I had some next to me just in case. All right, so lips. Now, which color do you pick, right? You pick the color that you like. Ta-da! The color you feel you're strongest in, the color that you feel you're best in, pick that color, okay? Now, when you're talking about your cheek color and your lip color, usually coordinating that will be the best route. So you can use your lip color as a blush as well. Have y'all done that before? I can show you. So let's talk about red really quickly. So red, I'm gonna put a berry on. If you're not sure which red, a berry is always the most complimentary. Okay, gonna put this on. I'm just doing the classic lipstick. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this color and I'm gonna move it to my cheek. So I'm gonna just kind of pat. I'm gonna share it. And I'm just patting it on here. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, so that's how we did that. So if you have pink, you can share it like that, whichever color you're using. Now here's the other trick about when you're wearing a bright color or a color that you're not sure about. Just want to share very important information about red lipstick. It's called the red lip effect. So you automatically will think that I'm very confident because I'm wearing red lipstick, even if I don't say a word. That's what studies show us. So the science is amazing. Look it up, the red lip effect. And y'all, we don't want to leave power on the table, do we? We want to look and feel our best, but we also want to, give the feeling that we are confident, that we are competent, right? That's what we're doing. So now let's say you're like, just you putting the red on, Jules, like made me feel funny and I just don't even know what to do with myself. Well, here's my piece to you. Wear red lipstick when you clean the house. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to catch yourself in the mirror and you're going to be like, oh, okay, girl, see you looking cute, right? That's one option. If you feel like Still can't do it, Jules. Still can't. Then put the lipstick on when you're getting ready. And then, what'd I tell you? It's just makeup. Take it off. There's still a nice, beautiful, soft red stain that's left behind. So don't discount a red lipstick. I'm curious, how many people here, how many of y'all, show me your hands, have tried red lips? Okay. Wow. Okay. Oh, I see some that are not sure. They're looking the other way like I don't see them. Okay. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to consider just trying. Let that be your play. Okay. Just try. Remember, berry, blue tone, blue undertone is going to be your most complimentary. When you've got red that's like got an orangey poppy color, harder to pull off, but also beautiful. Okay, so whatever your pleasure. All right, so let's talk lip liners while we're on lips. And so there's a little bit of a ridge here, right where your lip is. That's called the vermilion border. Yep, it has a name. So when you're lining or you're putting lipstick on, you want to make sure that you're not going under that. You're going to cut off too much real estate. So we want to go on it or over it. If you go over it, you're going to have more of a plump, overdrawn look. You may want that. Most people do not have an even top lip to a bottom lip. Normally one is bigger than the other. So if you're looking at your lips and you're like, my bottom lip is bigger, totally normal. That's your unique flavor. So I'm using a lip liner in dark nude. And you see what I'm doing? I'm just going right over my whole lip. So what that's going to do, and when I do this, I'm going right to that border. And then I'm just kind of feathering it in. What that's going to do is going to give me almost a base for my lipstick to go on. Now remember on this side, so my girls who are like, wait, I said I wanted no makeup. I wanted more natural. So that lip balm that we used here, just put it right over that lip liner. And that way you've got a longer last, but it's still more on the natural side and it coordinates with your cheek. And we've got like, I don't know, I think 6 different colors, from a pink to a ruby red. My clients that have the visceral responses to the red, we start off, our training wheels are is the ruby red perfect lip balm. So consider that if you're like absolutely just not sure how you feel about a red lip. And I'm going to keep pushing that because I care about you and I want you to have all the power that's meant for you. You don't leave power on the table, y'all. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm so grateful that you came into my room. You had other options and you chose me, and I'm so grateful for you and this time that we've shared. It's been sacred to me, and I honor you being here and your attention. So please visit Miracle Lab and that beauty page that I put together for you. There's so many wonderful resources there, including a makeup bag makeover guide. So it's a PDF guide, and we'll walk through exactly of the things that you can release and the things that you can keep. And if you need to fill your bag up and your heart up with some new goodness, I got you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. You're wonderful. I appreciate you. And here's my jazz hands for you. How you like that? Oh, you guys are so awesome. Major round of applause for you. A teacher is only as good as her students, and you guys have been amazing, giving me great questions and helping me to continue the class going. Oh, I see you. I love you right back. Oh, so awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Hey there. Woo! Jules here. And welcome back to Miracle Lab. So y'all just got done with the Get the Look foundation class and our breakout room. They gave us extra time, which was super fun because I got to answer extra questions. So what I did is I ended up doing more of a natural kind of a tinted moisturizer, no makeup look on this side, and then decided to do more of a glam look on this side. So that's what I got going on. And you know, earlier you saw me put my Beyonce lashes on with the Making Waves mascara. So now the time has come to take it all off. So you watched me put it on, and now you're gonna watch me take it off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to spray my face. So in the class I showed to do an X pattern and down the center, and that's what we're gonna do for this one. So I'm gonna do a little extra across my eyes because I know I got a lot there. So see how oily I am? See all that? All right. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of work this. Now, what I have learned over time is that I like to get my face makeup off first before I start, because I used to just kind of like just get all that mascara off, but I'm gonna restrain myself, right? So I'm just gonna work on getting all the foundation and concealer off. Okay. All right, here I go. I'm gonna wipe this off. All right, I'm wiping that off. Now this is just makeup removal. This is not my cleansing process, okay? Once I get done with you taking off my makeup, I'm gonna head to my bathroom and I'm going to actually get all of my face covered with a cleanser. So my favorite cleanser is the Midnight Oil Cleanser with the marula oil. All right. All right, get my lips off. Now, I suggest using a makeup wipe or a tissue, even a water wipe, something like that, like a more of a water-based wipe. When you do this process, if you're wearing a lot of makeup, so that way you're not ruining your washcloths, or get a dark colored one. So, all right, here we go. I'm gonna spray my eyes again. All right. Now I'm going to use, I mean, look at that, it's just breaking it down. So now I'm gonna use my fingers to just massage that make off remover spray. All right, this Making Waves mascara is no joke. So this is how you get it off, because if you want those fabulous looking lashes, this is gonna be how you're gonna do that. Okay. I am ready for Halloween. I'm ready to be Day of the Dead, right? All right, let's see. Okay. All right, instead of getting more of the makeup mashed around on my face, I took that off and I'm gonna spray some more. I'm just gonna keep working it. All right. Yeah, my lashes feel like they are back to regular. This is also a great way to hydrate your lashes. I mean, look at all that's come off. Wow. I'm getting all that. So this is dual purpose for me doing this video. Because I thought, you see me put it on, then you should, definitely see me take it off. But also I'm getting ready for bed. See me doing my self-care right here. I'm just going to all right. So much better. Look at that. Oh, that mascara is gone. All right, I'm going to go cleanse and go to sleep. It has been such a pleasure to be with you and to offer the class before the class, and then the after session. So thank you so much for being here, for being a part of all of it. I'm so grateful for you. The light in me not only sees, but it honors and it loves the light in you. Till next time. Bye.